Good morning, everyone. I am Mayor Dan Champagne, and for the cameras, that's CHAMPAGNE. And today, we're here for just an awesome signing. Today, we have come to an agreement with Miracle Fields, and I'm going to let Steve explain that in a minute. But it is just another positive for the town of Vernon, for the region. And we have great athletes who need a home, who need a place to play. And that's the goal today. And we have some of the athletes with us today. And essentially, the field is going to be built out here, and it's going to become part of Northeast School. And when I learned about the Miracle Fields and what it brought to our community, I thought, wow, how could we go wrong with this? It's such a wonderful project. And in the off time, it can be used by the school. It can be used for little kids, for like Little League, stuff like that. And so it all around, it's positive for our town and for the people here. With me today, I have many of the town department heads, the Board of Education, the town council, I think the Miracle League officials that are all here. They're in their shirts and stuff, and parents, and our athletes. So today is a wonderful day for all of us. Steve, I'm going to have you come up. I'd like you to explain a little bit about the Miracle.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm Steve Leibowitz. Miracle League, we're going to create a field with a partnership with the Town of Vernon. It's going to be a fully accessible, ADA compliant ball field for all athletes. It's a half-inch low turf field. This is a culmination of a 30-year love affair of my wife and I with special needs athletes. I've coached teenager baseball for 30 years. So we're very excited about bringing this to Vernon, and we're extremely excited about the location and our partnership with the Town of Vernon.
Thank you, Steve. And the Assistant Superintendent, Bob Testa.
Thank you, Mayor. Miracle Field really is a result of our continued collaboration with the Town of Vernon, so we're certainly excited to be the third site in the state of Connecticut to offer an inclusive sports field for all children. As Mayor Champagne said, this field will serve our community and the region as well. So we're proud to have the opportunity for all of our children to participate in recreational activities in an accessible environment here at Northeast School. Meeting the needs of all students is a part of our mission and vision, and this is a great example of supporting our vision and mission in Vernon Public Schools. So, on behalf of the Superintendent of Schools, the Town of Vernon, we look forward to many years of providing opportunities for all students here for years to come. So thank you.
Bob. And what we're going to do now is we're going to...
Q&A.
What's that?
Q&A.
Oh, questions? Does anybody have any questions?
Well, I guess when, do you have an idea when construction will start and when the field will hopefully open?
Well, right now, the Miracle League is in the process of fundraising. So anybody that would like to give to the Miracle Fields to help this dream of our athletes come true, you're more than welcome. And Steve, is there a website or something?
Yeah, there's a website, www.miracleleaguenorthernct.com. Our total goal for the project is $600,000. So far, we've raised $275,000 through various fundraisers, golf tournaments, and donors. We're also looking for Grand Slam sponsors of $25,000 each, and we're hoping to have, with the cooperation of the town, have a plaque on the field for each of our major Grand Slam sponsors. So we're hoping to break ground a year from now, next June, at the end of the school year, if we can raise all the money.
And then how long does construction typically take?
Construction takes about 4 months.
So we could talk about maybe next fall potentially would be if everything goes
Next fall, potentially, it's going to be both a baseball and a soccer field. So possibly by next fall, we'll be able to play soccer on the field.
And I hate to compare it to other fields because I'm sure this is going to be its own incredible thing, but just so people can picture it, will it be similar to fields that are in West Hartford and East Lyme?
It'll be similar. Our model is the East Lyme field. That's a more modern field that came online about 2 years ago. So ours is going to be pretty much the exact replica. We let them blaze the trail, and we're going to sort of cheat off them.
Can you describe the surface, the playing surface a little bit?
The surface is a half-inch, low-inch turf, about that thick. It's a rubberized field, so the ball bounces very uniformly all around it. There's no bases. There's bases, but they're painted onto the turf. So as a normal baseball field, you see an infield and an outfield. You will see that, but it's all going to be turf and sewn together.
And Steve, you're probably the perfect one to ask this. You've been involved with the Miracle League with Challenger Baseball for 30 years, you said?
Yeah, 30 years.
So I'll ask you first from your perspective, what's gratifying about it to you? I'm going to ask you about the athletes as well, but for you,
Well, it's gratifying because it seems like in the past our kids were, because they maybe didn't notice, weren't always put on the best field. So the current field that we played on until last year, the sun set in left center field, and you can imagine pitching to ADA athletes, trying to throw a ball to them with the sun in their eyes. So it's going to be neat to have a field just for them. But it's not just for special needs athletes; it's for all athletes. So we want it to be an all-inclusive field that T-ball can play on it, U6 soccer can play on it. That's what we're really most excited about.
And what is the league in general? And I spoke with some of the athletes, so I let them speak for themselves too. But it's got to be real gratifying to see the smile on their faces when they're playing baseball.
It's absolutely incredible. The kids don't think they're special. They don't think they're different. When they play on our field, we treat them like regular athletes. They run the bases, they hit, they field. So it's weird that they're not treated differently. And and it's cool. They also have a buddy. So each player has a non-special needs buddy that helps them along the way. And it's also neat to see the parents, enjoy it, sit in the stands. They get a break for a couple hours a week, can interact and talk to other parents in similar situations. So it's really gratifying for that also.
And you got into this because of your own personal connection to an ADA athlete?
Actually, I got involved in this. I've been married almost 40 years to my wife, Laurel, who's over here. And she had a Down syndrome brother who passed away from scarlet fever when he was 5 years old. I believe it was 1968. And that's where our passion for special needs athletes come from.
Anybody else?
So where exactly is it going to go on the field?
Over here where the backstop is, that will be the right field.
Okay.
So it's going to be high visibility to Route 30, very close access to exit 67. Both West Hartford and East Lyme draw athletes from 45 different communities that travel up to an hour to play on their fields. And so we're also excited the economic development it will also bring to the town of Vernon, where right now it'll be one of only 3 fields in the state of Connecticut, and possibly a 4th field will be in Fairfield County.
Right field, there's a home plate going to be kind of relatively close to the parking lot then?
Home field will be over there, sort of close to the road, to that parking lot where the cars are parked, and there'll be ADA compliant parking there, a sidewalk for the players to walk out to.
Anybody else? Again, this is something that, the leadership in town, Board of Ed, the town council, and both administrations on both sides, we got behind this right from the very beginning. And this is going to be a wonderful project, and we look forward to the completion. All right, we're gonna sign the contract. Oh, somebody stopped. We're gonna move over to the table, and we're gonna sign the contract right now. Ann Fisher is going to be joining me from the Board of Ed. She's chair of the Board of Education, and Steve.
I guess I'm on top. Do I go first? My signature is not quite as important, but. Thank you.
There we go.
Very exciting day.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Again, this is a wonderful announcement, and it's going to be a wonderful addition to our community. Thank you.